We're going to be talking about England Street project. Why we decided to do a 2-story home over a 3-story home. Well, now one of the values, or one of the, we make it really based on the size of the land. That's the first thing, and then the cost to get in, and also what you intend to realize after the completion of the project. Those are those factors that come into play. But the size of the land is the most important thing. Based on the size of the land, you see how many properties you can get into that lot, and then if you can get in a 2-story, the highest and best use is a 2-story, is the same number, whether it's a 2-story or 3-story, then you go for a 2-story. In this case, that was the scenario. Now, when it comes to 2 stories, I'm going to be talking about some of the advantages of a 2 stories on this plot, on this project, over a 3-story from another project that I'm going to be doing. And then I'm also going to talk about the advantages of a 3-story over a 2-story on another episode of this conversation. Now, follow me to learn more about that for a 3-story. Now, for a 2-story, a lot of people actually do prefer a 2-story. I don't, maybe it's like 50-50. I don't know the full metric, but a 2-story actually have the guest room, the living room where you do welcome your guests on the first floor, and then you also have the kitchen as well on the first floor, at least for majority of the 2 stories that I have seen. Now, for a 3-story, if guests, the living room is on the 2nd floor, so a guest coming to see you will have to walk some flight of stairs just to get to you, to come to your living space where you kind of entertain and welcome guests and visitors. On a 2-story as well, for what I also understood from realtors, is some of the aging population, they prefer to not walk up the stairs that much. They just prefer to keep it simple. If possible, even give them a 1-story, right? If that is available. The 1-story is not available, a 2-story at the most, where they just have to just go to their bedrooms on the 2nd floor, and that's about it. That's some of the advantages of the 2-story. Also, another one key point is for a builder, 2-story actually is a whole more expensive in terms of the cost to build versus a 3-story. So think about the 2-story, you have to build, you're going to have less materials to use, less number of rooms possibly, less number of framing material to build up the walls, less number of windows, less number of doors, less number of, potentially, the rooms are smaller, less number of bathrooms. Most of these bathrooms for 3-story is 3.5 bathrooms. For a 2-story is 2.5 bathrooms for some of them. That's some of the advantages. And so when you come in, when your cost is low, then you can pass some of that savings to the buyer. So the buyer may end up paying less for this almost very similar product. Now, again, this is just for the 2-story. Remember, this is talking about the advantages of the 2-story. I'm going to be talking about as well the 3-story in another episode. And then let me know in the comments what you think about 2-story versus a 3-story. Thank you.